SFX 1, Side 1. ZZ Top, Stevie Winwood, Altered Images, Teardrop Explodes, Talking Heads, Carlos Santana, Blank Tape Levy, Human League, Neil Young and Yellow. Bonkers Batty, Crackers Scatty, Loony Loopy Madness.
Born on the 13th of the 1st, 1961, I began my childhood at an early age. Moving from town to town, born in Hastings with the sound of the sea and the wind. Moving to the sound of drunks and babies with wind, who unknown to themselves were to become unemployed in a city that was at that time thriving, or to end up rioting and burning half of it down, Liverpool. That was to happen 18 years later. In the meantime, I was now 3 and on my way to swinging London, 1964. In my green paisley shirt and oblong shades, I danced many a weekend away, high as a kite. On my 4th birthday, I realised my life was not all it could be. It was a line Tintin often used that was to change it drastically. Here, read this, Snowy. Of course, neither I nor Snowy could read. Education, that's what I need. My mum at once arranged for me to go to a place of learning. 11 years of intensive schooling, I was ready to face the world. School had given me all the necessary tools. A broken nose, criminal record, incurable bronchitis through chain smoking, and my reading hadn't improved much. I drifted aimlessly through adolescence.
That was great, Suggs.
Ah, cheers, Lee.
Yeah,
cheers.
That's nice. I thought that was for the comic.
It is for the comic, but I thought I'd, open the tape with something topical.
He hums tonight through his streets. My unlatched window, the tune repeats. The curb crawling car winds down to a stop. A few seconds mumble, then whisks him off. Sick and tired.
Now, what is it you want?
Well, we're in a group and we'd like to play it.
Yeah.
We can play him one night in the back room or something.
Yeah, and what sort of music?
So, we do a bit of everything really. We do a bit of this, a bit of jazz, a bit of that.
You do some jazz?
Different sort of music. Yeah, we do a few jazz songs, yeah.
Because, we've got sort of people here, that they're very particular about the kind of music they hear.
Yeah. Well, we've got some friends that have come anyway,
Have you?
Usually we get a certain amount of people that come to see us every time we play,
Oh, you've got sort of followers, really?
Stuff.
Yeah. And you want to sort of try it out soon? I mean, you want to do something?
Yeah. Possible, really.
Well, we could maybe let you come Friday next. Will that be all right?
Great, yeah.
Okay.
About 8 o'clock.
Fine.
All right, okay.
Thanks very much.
And I'd better ask you now, what do you call yourselves?
Madness.
Why did you make the movie?
We didn't, we didn't have any film or anything of the early gigs or early days of Madness, and all the visual things were quite important, to our success, and to the image we've got now, and the standing we hold with the general public.
With 7, it's in a sense the most serious album we've made, especially lyrically. How do you relate that to the image? Those little kids tonight who came to see you. It
was a bit under the belt.
Are there things about being the band that you don't like? Are there things about being the band that have changed you as people that you would like to not to have happened to you?
But obviously the anonymity. There's loads of things I wish I could do that I can't do now. Like walking around Woolworths. And every day you notice it creeping up on you, like today,
It's worse and worse and worse.
You get stopped by one person in a day maybe, and then the next, a couple of weeks later you get stopped by 2, and then 3, and then you've got a crowd of people following you around Newcastle.
I can recall walking up Holloway Road with, I think it was either Carl or Mike, and it's me, Suggsy, Michael. The next minute, I've seen these girls in front of us, Suggsy ain't with us,
Tonight when we came out of the gig, I was just going to all... as I came out the door, I just saw all these open mouths and tonsils and this noise, screaming, and people pulling my jacket and my hair. I was going, shut up.
People want to see how you look when you look rough, They want to snap you at awkward moments. They want to catch you coming out picking up the milk, when you've had a hard night, And it's not really amusing. You get off the bus and there's people pulling your friggin' hair. Give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that.
Back to the film.
Well, son, what's your name?
Kicks.
Right, Kicks. Have you played the saxophone before?
Yeah, I know a few notes.
Right, if you like to play us the scale of C.
Scale of C?
I can't, you know, I can't really play the scale of C at the moment. That's why I sort of come here.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, give us the sax, I'll show you. Show you the fingering for that. Yeah. This is nice.
Yeah, it's nice, really nice.
Oh, hello. Seems to have happened here. Number seems to have been scratched off.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, when I bought it, it was already scratched off it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you get this in?
Warren Street. Down Warren Street, shop down Warren Street.
Shop? Yeah. And they sold you a sax with no number on?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Go on. It's unusual.
Yeah, it was sort of off a friend, you know, I bought it.
I wasn't in the shop.
Yeah, it was in the shop, but off a friend.
He was in the shop?
Yeah.
And he just happened to have a sax?
Yeah.
Well, you've had a touch of luck there.
We didn't have that much trouble at the early gigs. The early gigs were just friends. I mean, the gigs that film covered, I mean, didn't go beyond,
Didn't go beyond that to Two-Tone, really.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it was only when Two-Tone started that, you know, we ever played any bigger gigs.
It was trouble.
Yeah.
And we just had to be the all-white group out of a multiracial thing, you know? I mean, we could have blacked up, but we didn't.
So is being in Madness, being in a pop group, that important a thing to be these days?
It's not bad, but...
I mean, it helps us for starters, and maybe it helps us to give them you know, a true image,
maybe it helps people,
portrayal.
Yeah, and a broader look at life.
I mean, like, you know, harking back to what we were saying today, you know, that line, all you touch and all you see is all your life will ever be. Maybe if what we see and what we put into our songs will maybe, you know, show people what's going on around them a bit more, you know.
Broaden.
I mean, there's a lot of people that just stay in one place all their lives and never see anything, never move out of the country. I mean, we haven't been apart for a month in the past 3 years. We've never really been apart.
Yeah,
you know,
funny, I think. It is, yeah.
For 3 years, I mean, I go on holiday with the geezer. You know, he comes round to dinner at my place. You know, we all go out, the same kind of bands that we like. You know what I mean? We're always together.
Yeah, same people.
It's great.
No, we're always together. You know?
It's non-stop fun.
I Don't Know What It Is, the new single from Pete Shelley. It's available as a double pack with a free single for a limited period only. Pete Shelley, I Don't Know What It Is, available now.
Nepal, 1981.
The strangest thing that occurred was that incident on the way to Muktanal. We were walking Annapurna Himals, and we had spent 10 days preparing just for the trip. It took 2.5 weeks walking. There were no cars, no roads, just footpaths. And I tell you, when you really feel bad is when you're out of breath and you're being passed by 2 Nepalese that are carrying 2 chairs, a dining table, and a chest of drawers on their back. And you know you're in trouble then. But we pressed on, and we arrived at this temple, and it was quite a colorful scene. These Buddhist monks dressed in red robes with sandalwood paste dripping down their forehead, and just having a great time. And they invited us for the ceremony that they claimed they were calling the Yeti out of the hills. As it turned out, later in the evening, this chant started, which sounded pretty much like most of the Buddhist chants would sound to a Westerner, especially some yahoo from Texas looking for another guitar. And I don't know what it was that we saw, but it turned out to be good material for a song called I Wouldn't Have Touched It With a 10-Foot Pole.
I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
And that's what Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top gets up to on his holes.
We last shaved about 3 years ago.
Other strange happenings here in London. Sandy Shaw, 34, from Dagenham, who likes boys with long hair down their necks and beards and clear nail varnish, has decided to make an album of cover versions with the fabulous funksters from Sheffield, Heaven 17.
Also back in the studios, Stevie Winwood.
The new single is called There's a River. Title of the album is Help Me Angel. And it carries my heart along. Carries me all my life. And I know it'll bring me home.
I don't want to live in London, not really. None of us want to. The boys don't want to either. We're just happy at home, I suppose, and we're more settled there. And it's like going back to reality when we go back up to Glasgow to our friends and everything. They don't let us away with anything. They don't care two monkeys.
Claire Grogan and Altered Images are, however, staying in town a little longer to play an under-18s matinee at the venue on the 28th. Older listeners can hear them in the same place later that evening.
The London club boom continues. This month, Steve Strange is opening a Sunday night club at Bennett's in Battersea. You may remember Bennett's was established with some of Roddy Llewellyn's money. Admission is £8 to include all the food and wine you can handle. Disco and Truff? The Zigzag Club opened with Bow Wow Wow this week in the Old Savoy Theatre on the Great Western Road. The club promises music of the Zigzag style, films, videos, theatre and experimental fashion shows. Membership is a cool £20 a year. Andy Chudowski, who used to run the Roxy, is opening the Fridge on the Brixton Road. He's offering a one-night trial membership, so you can check it out.
In Liverpool, Zoo head keeper Bill Drummond, manager of Echo and the Bunnymen and the Teardrop Explodes, is opening Club Zoo, a floating home with no permanent location. The Teardrop Explodes inaugurates the festivities with a 3-week residency, and the club will visit Dublin, London, Europe and Iceland. Roger Eagle, who ran Eric's, is house manager in the Zoo, which is located for now in the old Pyramid Club, hangout for the Merseybeat bands back in '65. Talking of the Teardrops, here's a couple of nibbles from their second hot biscuit, Wilder, out on the 27th.
Talking Heads are back on the production line, or are they just skint? Next January you'll hear a double live album including contributions from the 4-piece and the big band. A new studio record follows. This month Keyboards head Jerry Harrison releases The Red and the Black, and Heads foreman David Byrne has his first solo LP out as well.
Hurricane House with nothing in it. He comes home and says, now wait a minute. He's coming in, she's going out. He turns around and says, what's that about?
Both solo ventures feature Bernie Worrell, Nona Hendrix and Adrian Belew. Byrne's record, Songs from Catherine Wheel, is a result of his collaboration with New York City choreographer Twyla Tharp. Their ballet of the same name was premiered on Broadway, and the record was produced partially in London. It's available on the 27th of November. There'll also be a cassette version out later with extra incidental music.